devastating floods, an effect of climate change. We should not fool ourselves about that. It is something which we will see more often. And it was heartwarming and welcoming to see how much progress has been done compared to last year. Last year, destruction, devastation, everything covered with mud, people desperate, of course. Today, reconstruction, recovery, cooperation, amazing people with solidarity working together. And indeed, you know that Europe is by your side. And I could reassure the people of Črna, but of course the people of Slovenia, Europe will stand by your side to work on the recovery and reconstruction after these devastating floods. You can count on us. I'm very pleased to see here Prime Minister Plenković, my dear Andrej. Yes, please, please. All the Croatians in the room. Prime Minister Rama, dear Eddie, needs an applause. Prime Minister Vučević, we have not met personally so far, but we will soon have a bilateral. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, your applause first of all. This forum has become a tradition. And it is also a testament to Slovenia's global leadership. The same leadership that we all see in action this year through your work in the UN Security Council and the words of the Secretary General Guterres speak for themselves. You have been an honest broker in turbulent times. So congratulations to you, dear Robert, and to your Foreign Minister, Madame Fajon. You have made Slovenia stand out on the global stage. Congratulations to that. Now, the title of today's Bled Forum is A World in Parallel Realities. And yes, it is a sobering assessment of the new environment we live in. We've just heard it. This is a moment of fracture for the world. And one of the main fault lines has opened up right here on our continent. Russia has chosen to burn its bridges with its European neighbors by invading a peaceful country. Putin and his cronies have shown that they do not believe in a global order based on rules. They believe they can do anything they please within their so-called sphere of influence. And dear Yulia Navalnaya, we have not forgotten the fate of your brave husband, Alexei Navalny. They fought him. The Kremlin's cronies fought him. They imprisoned him. And ultimately, they killed him. But they cannot kill Alexei Navalny's dream of a free Russia because it lives on in you, dear Yulia, and in so many others. Ladies and gentlemen, I was asked to focus on the Western Balkans, and I'm very happy to do so. Throughout history, this region has often been a frontier between worlds, between East and West, between North and South. But its new generations have chosen a different path. They have chosen to be part of a common European family. They have chosen to travel, to trade together, to thrive together with their European neighbors. The current Russian leadership, living in the past, refuses to accept this simple reality. Whenever there's progress towards reconciliation and regional integration in the Western Balkans, the Kremlin tries to stir up old conflicts. Russia is constantly at work to sow division inside the Western Balkans and between the Western Balkans and the rest of Europe. But, ladies and gentlemen, the vast majority of people in the Western Balkans do not want fragmentation. They want integration, and that's what we must deliver for them. During the first mandate of the European Commission, enlargement has returned to the top of our political agenda. And let's be very clear. Russia's full-fledged war in Ukraine is for Europe a turning point like 1989. We live in a different world, and we are forced to rethink our policies and objectives. If making Europe economically competitive and capable of defending itself, if this is our fundamental objective, then I see the Western Balkans integration in the European Union as critically important. In the age of geostrategic rivalries, a larger European Union gives us a stronger voice in the world. A bigger single market increases our competitiveness and our leverage as a trading partner. It gives us the tools to respond to blackmail and unfair competition. It gives us a greater common purchasing power. Enlargement is an investment in our collective strength and security. In other words, we want a strong, competitive, and secure Europe. Well, this includes the Western Balkans as well as Ukraine and Moldova in our European Union, and all those whose European aspirations are matched by their deeds. And this is why we have instilled new life into the enlargement process. We have started accession talks with Albania and North Macedonia. We started accession talks with Ukraine and Moldova. Bosnia and Herzegovina can be next in line. And I want to thank explicitly Slovenia for your relentless work on this. Many thanks for that. You are really a good friend of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And it was this strategic reasoning that urged us to rethink our enlargement strategies and to come with the idea of a gradual integration. Exactly 1 year ago, we launched the new growth plan for the Western Balkans. And this work is beginning to show results. And let's pause for a moment and celebrate these achievements, of which you, the Western Balkan leaders, should rightfully be very proud of. Tirana is Europe's fastest growing airport. European companies are setting up shop in Serbia and Bosnia-Herzegovina at an accelerated pace. Kosovo's economic reforms have been heralded by the IMF and are generating economic benefits. North Macedonia's investments in infrastructure are a source of inspiration. Montenegro has just seen its credit rating upgraded on the back of its sound policies. By the end of the year, 3 of you could already join our single euro payment area, and this will generate savings of over 500 million euros every year once you are all in. Dear friends, it's not even a year since we formulated this objective. Now it's an emerging reality. I think you can be so proud of it. Congratulations to that work. And later this month, our 6 partners will adopt their brand new reform agendas. They have identified some far-reaching and often overdue reforms, ranging from justice reform to the fight against organized crime, from public procurement to electricity market integration. These new reform agendas are linked to 6 billion euros in European investment. Every reform will unlock new investment. So this growth plan is basically the same model as our own recovery plan. You know it, Next Generation EU. The principle is reform gets investment. And when all these reforms will be completed, each partner will receive roughly as much aid per person as the Western Balkans would under the European Union's cohesion policy. This is a huge step forward. And why is it so important? It is important because the European Union is in the process of reinventing itself in the new geopolitical context. And we want our Western Balkan partners to be active participants in the conversation on the future of the European Union. And as we have many friends here today from our candidate countries in the audience, let me be very clear. I want our work to speed up even more. In the next Commission, enlargement must be a full-time job that allows undivided attention. And this is why I will appoint a dedicated commissioner for enlargement. Let's write history together. Our political will to integrate the countries in the region as soon as possible comes along with our firm determination that the European Union is a community of democracies. Any compromise with our democratic principles would be fatal to achieving our objectives. Both EU member states and the countries in the Western Balkan region will face tough choices. Bilateral disputes should be dealt with. Integration in the European Union will depend on governments making difficult and, yes, sometimes unpopular decisions. But this is the time we live in. Postponing decisions means making wrong decisions. But taking decisions, moving forward, means taking the lead, shaping our future, being the masters of our own destiny. And this is the essence of Europe. This is the spirit we must have to navigate the challenges of a fracturing world. Thank you very much for your attention, and long live Europe.
Thank you so much.